Hello and welcome to the video. My name is Wade Smith, and this video is about the fact that, and I'm not the only person who noticed this, the older master and grandmaster level martial artists keep telling the young people to quit going to point sparring in karate. All right. So this video is about the fact that point sparring is deceiving you into thinking that you're a good fighter. And then when you get in a street self-defense situation, you're going to get beat up because you have no idea what you're doing. You have no idea how to finish somebody. You have no idea how to use submissions, certainly, because you never practice them in certain martial arts dojos or even in entire karate styles. You never practice submissions, so you have no idea how to use submissions. You have no idea how to finish somebody in a street self-defense situation to save your life. And after the 2020 Olympics, which was held in 2021 in Japan, as you may remember, several Olympic gold medal winning champions in Taekwondo and karate at different weight classes came back to the United States and other countries, and they got attacked by thugs in real life street self defense situations and got beat up. This was on the news, by the way. Got beat up by unskilled attackers, and they were supposedly black belt and second degree black belt gold medal winning karate fighters and taekwondo fighters. So don't tell me that point sparring in karate or taekwondo makes you a good fighter, because we know from real events that point sparring world champions, Olympic gold medal champions, cannot fight in a real fight. We know that because it happened and was on the world news. So, and I've been to some of their schools and even made a mistake of joining one for a while. And the only thing you're doing is fooling yourself into thinking that you're doing something good. Real karate better teach you something other than just punching and kicking. Because if that's the case, it's not worth $100 or $200 a month instruction fee, is it? You can self-train a half-decent punch or kick. You might not be able to self-train an Okinawan quality kick, but anyway, and that's the other thing, yes, you need an instructor for real karate strikes, but it needs to be teaching something more than just striking, or it's not worth $100 or $200 a month that you're paying for. And in fact, real karate actually does teach submissions of hundreds of kinds of submissions, whereas point sparring karate, you're wasting your time. You don't learn anything. And the other thing I would say is that I over the years, I try to remember all my kata, but I gradually forgotten the entire length of katas. After 24 years of not doing them full time in the dojo, over the time, I've gradually just lost that. But you shouldn't need 20 freaking katas to teach bunkai. Just teach the technique instead of having to memorize the entire sequence of 50 or 100 move long katas. Because one of the things that turned me off of Shotokan is they have even longer and more ridiculous katas than Ishinryu karate. And it shocks me that I used to have to memorize 50 to 75 to 100 move sequences in Ishinryu karate to get a belt rank. And that isn't even what determines whether you're a good fighter or not. That just means you're a savant if you can memorize 50 or 100 consecutive kata moves for a total of 16 to 20 to 26 total katas, I think, in Shotokan. And I was like, when the guy was trying to instruct me in the white belt level kata, because he made me start back over as a white belt in Shotokan and wouldn't honor my brown belt. And I was like, I can probably kick your ass right now, even though I'm 20-something years out of practice, and you have the audacity to have me start back over as a white belt, and then you have the audacity to think that memorizing what seems like 150 move long kata as a white belt is somehow teaching something, and it's not. So teach the technique, not memorizing a sequence of numbers or moves or steps, because memorizing sequences is what savants do, not what fighters do. Matter of fact, let me look that up real quick. I'll look it up. Google.com. How many? I typed in Google.com and it took me to Bing.com. That's Microsoft for you. I don't like Bing. I really don't like Google anymore because the government has made them filter their searches so you can't find what you're looking for. How many official kata are in Shotokan karate? 26. I had it right. There are 26 total kata in Shotokan karate. There's only and this one Goju Sho means 54 steps. So there's apparently 54 steps in that kata, and it's just named 54 steps. How does that make any damn sense? That you should memorize a sequence of 54 moves instead of just learning the bunkai of the moves. This one says there's 27 official katas, and the other one says there's 26. So apparently it varies from one school to another one. But yeah, in Ishinryu karate, there are actually only 8 empty hand katas and 8 weapons katas. And even that is too much to memorize. And people who memorize all 16 of those katas are not necessarily good fighters because I used to beat them pretty easily. And as a matter of fact, at some point in sparring, it got to where Sensei started telling me to pull my punches and kicks by 50% to make sure that I didn't hurt the other people, even though we were supposed to be fighting as close to no rules as humanly possible without hurting one another. It got to where he started telling me to pull my punches and kicks by 50% so that I didn't hurt somebody because I was full time training in karate, whereas the rest of his students were only training a couple hours a week. Oh yeah, I just met another Quora noob who thinks Aikido doesn't work and is, in his words, close to useless. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's never had an Aikido throw demonstrated on him, I guess, because anyone who's never had it must think they know what they're talking about. They've never done something before in their life, and yet they'll sit there and claim that they know something about it.